to increase financially. I'm not a motivational speaker, I'm a preacher of the word. So I don't have keys to give you. You know, motivational speakers will tell you 5 keys, which is not bad. They'll tell you keys of diligence, hard work, dedication, which is all biblical. In Proverbs chapter 22, verse 29, it says, "See that a man diligent in his work, he will stand before great men." So diligence is required even in God for a life of exploit. Diligence is required. Focus, dedication, all these are tools that it can also enhance someone who desire to grow financially. But I'm not set for that. One of the things that I believe that increase people, Christians, financially is an act of honor. Many believers today don't know the value of honor. And when honor is breached in our walk with God, we stand to receive nothing. Honor is of paramount importance if you desire to walk in financial dominion as a Christian. Malachi chapter number 1 and verse 6. Malachi chapter number 1 and verse 6. The word of the Lord says, "A son honor his father, a son honor his father, a servant his master. And if I then be a father," God was speaking, "where is my honor? And if I therefore be a master, where is my fear? Saith the Lord of hosts. O ye priests that despise my name, ye say, wherein we have despised thy name." Wherein you despise thy name. Let's read to the verse number 8 quickly. "Wherein we despise thy name, ye offer a polluted bread upon my altar. Ye say, wherein we have polluted thee. And in that ye say, the table of the Lord is contented." The table of the Lord is contentable. "And if ye offer the blind for sacrifice, it is not evil. If you offer the lame and the sick, it is not evil. Offer it now unto thy governors. Will he be pleased of thee, or will accept thy person? Saith the Lord of hosts." If you offer crumbs to you, it is not evil. You will justify it and say, "That is all I have." When you come into church and you defy the altar of God through your dishonor, to you it means nothing. It is not evil in the sight of God to defy the altar of God. God says, offer it to your governors, offer it to your mentors, offer it to your parents, offer it to your fathers, or that they will be acceptable of that person. So honor is one of the vital key to increase in finances. If you want to grow your walk with God, you must be deliberate in honoring. Please take notice of it. It is not everybody who will be successful with walk with God, but you can choose to be. In the book of 2 Samuel chapter 2 and verse number 30, God was speaking again to the house of Eli. And he says, I, God, says that your father's house, you will walk before me. 1 Samuel chapter 2 and verse 30. He was speaking to the house of Eli. He said, wherefore the Lord, the God of Israel, saith, I indeed that thou house and the house of thy father should walk before me forever. But now, far be unto me, saith the Lord, for those that honors me, I will honor. Those that dishonor me, I will also lightly esteem. When you dishonor God, you compare God to change his mind towards you. Several times I heard people say, if God said it, God will do it. God said he will change his mind. When dishonor step in, the man that God have lifted up, he will lead him to fall down. God have strong phobia for dishonor. God have strong phobia for dishonor. Please get knowledge from these services. There are 4 ways to dishonor God, especially those who want to grow in their finances. There are 4 ways you can dishonor God. Your offering is one of them. Your offering. If you are not intentional about your offering and you get satisfied by dropping your change from keke to the altar, your life will never change. I'm talking about the area of your finances. You will never have financial dominion. You will never have financial dominion. In as much as God does not depend on your offering to bless you, God requires your offering as an honor. And that is why God rejects offerings till tomorrow. If God rejects your offering, you will not be accepted by God. Offering is not what the pastor supervises. Offering is not what the pastor come as an intruder into it. Offering is your act of worship between you and your God. It is the act of your honor to God. Exodus chapter 25 and verse number 1, the Lord was speaking to Moses and said unto Moses, he said, unto tell the children of Israel, the verse number 2, that they bring me offering. Every man giving willingly. It is not forced, it is not compulsory. And they shall receive my own offering. So offering in the place of worship, when you honor God with your offering, you receive God's offerings. You receive God's offering. So anytime you come before God, there is something you receive. And there is something you give, then you receive. It is a transaction between you and God in a place of worship. He said, let every man give willingly. And if you go down to verse number 3, God begin to name things. And he said, these are the offering that I will take from them. He said, these are the offering which ye shall take of them. God have a specific demands for offering. It started with gold, silver, bronze, and it go down to purple, and all down to oil, perfume, to oil, down. If you read down to 6, you will discover that God begin to name the offerings he will probably receive of the people, down even to oil. So if you cannot give in the gold class of offering, you can give silver class of offering, you can give bronze class, you can give purple, you can give all kinds of offering God requires of them. So if you don't have money, God does not receive offering because you have money. God receives offering because you have honor. Money does not make God. Jesus came one of a certain point in offering bowl. People were giving what they have, but the widow came and give all that they have. And Jesus considered the seed of the widow to be bigger than all, because the widow gave with honor, with a pure heart. Now, Cain and Abel, the Bible tells us in Genesis chapter 4 and verse 3 that Cain and Abel came before the Lord to sacrifice unto God. And in verse number 5, we discover that in the process of time, that Cain and Abel came with the fruits of the ground to offer unto God. And we discovered that one of them often was rejected. Cain offering was rejected. God did not reject Cain offering because Cain offering was small. Cain offering was not to the honoring of God. But the Bible says Abel came with the fatness of his offering. Because you see, your heart controls your hand. Your heart controls your hands. Your heart controls your hands. And when Abel places value on his offering, the Bible says God honors him. And admonishing Cain, he said, if you do well, that their sacrifice shall be accepted. But if you don't do well, sin lies in your bosom. I discovered by personal studies, all the people around us who envy people who are progressing are very stingy and selfish. Yes, I don't have many friends as a pastor, but the few friends I have with my work in ministry, I discover the reason why we are where we are and where they are is different, is place value on honor. Honor, 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 honor. Honor is one of the vital key to be distinguished from your ego. Yes. Don't do what others do. Always do things that they cannot do. Honoring is one of the vital things. Abel was distinguished from Cain, and the sacrifice was accepted unto God because he did not just give a ram. He came with a heart of honor to honor the Lord. Many believers, churchgoers today are poor today, and not because God is incapable in not blessing them, because they don't know how to honor God. People come to church who think that they are Christian. They are not Christian. They want to use God. Problem actually bring them to church. Sickness bring them to church. Disease bring them to church. They come to church personally to see a pastor who can tell them visions and things. They have no cordial relationship with God, and there is no place of honor between them and God. They don't fear God to do things. Yes, they look at the pastor and do things, and that is why many of us today in the church are not doing well. Honor must come. You must have a place in your heart. You see, honor will restrain you from not doing certain things. Joseph said, how can I do such great sin against the Lord? God was not in the picture. Only him and Potiphar's wife. And the Bible says that he that has committed adultery don't sin against God. He sin against his own body. You can have your pleasure. He had everything he needs. He said, how can I do such great sin against the Lord? So people don't sin not because they don't have access to sin. People don't sin because the fear of God restrains them. When God empowers you as a young guy, you have what it is to have a pleasure in life. Things that will hold us back. It is not the fear of our wife, not the fear of anything, but the fear of God. Because we believe that God is everywhere. Where men stop limitation is where God sees. So it is an honor unto God. Please, if you want to grow financially, listen to me. I believe so much in labor. And I preach about labor. I place much emphasis about labor. And that is why I personally sleep in church. All throughout the fasting and prayer, I sleep in church. Matthew will tell you, we sleep in church. Pray in church. I have good home, bed and everything. We sleep in church. I believe in labor. I read to you the book of Paul, 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 10. They say, I'm where I am by grace of God, and the grace of God bestowed upon me was not in vain. With grace I labor. I understand the place of labor. But I can tell you, in financial growth, you need God's favor. You need God's blessing. You need God's favor. I can tell you, honoring God is of paramount importance in your offering. Don't just come to church and drop change and things. Some of them, I watch one senior man that came to church. He sat in front. When the time reached for offering, he walked down to the offering bowl and bring money like this, plenty money, and he was looking for 200 naira to drop into this thing. And since that time, I knew the reason while he's going through that problem where she was going through. So I stopped praying. Because you see, it looked as if God actually watched me to watch it. He could have even honored God by even packing the small offering he wanted to give God. He carried the money, he came, he bring a bunch of money. And he was looking for 1,500. He passed the 1,000, he was looking for change to drop into the offering. To drop, like he's doing a pastor favor. That is all you have for your God. That is all you have to honor God. Yes, you are not giving change because things are tough in Nigeria. You are giving change because that is what you see God. Yes, you are giving change because that's what you see God. People, any giving people give, that's how they see God. There are some boys in this church, I can tell you, for free. They never give offering less than 5,000. I don't want to call them. They are good people who also, no matter the economy, all the fasting and prayer, there is no thing. I knew that some guys were going through tough times, but all the fasting and prayer, they make sure their offering is 5,000. Some of them give 10,000. They give. They give. So sometimes I sit down, I begin to analyze them. They don't pray like others pray. Sometimes when you are praying, they don't pray. I watch them from a distance. They hide under the walls and the upstairs and all that, but they are progressing. Because you see, he said, give, it shall be given unto you, a good measure. Present together, second that, so shall men give unto your bosom. You must value the place of offering.